Hey y'all, it's me, Stop, Drop, and Roll On. And I'm coming back. This is like, I didn't, like, I put a video up, I think, ahead of this one. I don't know how they gonna put up, because this one's, anyway, just look, you know who I am, y'all, and all that. But I am here talking about intention number 6. Who is this sending me something about? People know not to be sending me nothing about Facebook. I don't know why. Ooh, folks is busy. Anywho, what I'm talking about is intention number 6. I other day after church, that was Sunday, Pierre and I went out for brunch. And when we were going down the street, he was like, "You know what? You need to be a food critic." And I'm like, "Why?" And he said, "Because every time I start naming and asking you, do you want to go here? Do you want to go there? How about this place? Or how about that place? Your word is no. You don't want to go there. You don't want this. You don't want that." And I was like, "No, because I really feel like cooking and eating at home is probably like the best and safest thing to do. That's just me." And he was like, I said, "So I really wouldn't be a good food critic because all I'm going to do is tell you, do you have a pot? Do you have a spoon? Do you have some fire? Any kind of way, heat? Then go to your own house and cook your own food, sit down at your own table and eat. Don't be doing all this." And he was laughing. He laughed so hard. He was driving. And I was like, "Look, let's not, get busted up in this car. Pay attention to what you're doing." But it was just the way you had to be there so you could really understand. Because he was serious. He was like, "Every time I name something, you say, I don't want to eat in that because of this, and that. And it's getting to be to the point where like I said, I'd rather cook at home than to be placing myself in the hands of others. Anyway, we ended up going to this little place and eating brunch. And when we left from there, while we were there though, we went out on the patio. And at first we went out on the patio, and I don't even know why I asked Pierre if he wanted to go out there, and I really don't even know why he agreed to do that, because Pierre is funny about bugs and birds and the stuff that birds do, like all that kind of stuff. And so he used to crack me up because I used to tell him about different strains of what we know as one strain of a particular disease, but I would tell him about other, like the different strains. It's different strains. And that was a mistake that I made, because some stuff sticks with him because he'll just kind of hone in on it. It's because I was telling him about MAVM tuberculosis, and he was like, "What is that?" And I just told him, I said, "Well, it's a type of tuberculosis that is specific to the handling of birds, long-term handling of birds, or long-term handling of birds that, where the lungs are affected by the people that are caring for the birds, and it could be all manner of things, but it's something that that us humans deal with." And so he's like, if he see a whole group of pigeons, and this is where I'm, coming from, he would just go like, mm-mm. So when we went to brunch Sunday, we went out to the patio, and lo and behold, a little group of birds, they gonna decide when we came out there. And I imagine they probably, how birds do, like if they know there's a eating establishment or something like that, eating establishment, they will gather, because people dropping food and stuff like that. And normally we don't sit outside unless it's like covered, and this place was covered, but the birds was like, "Oh, hey, we got, look, Mert, we got some people." And so we sat out there, and then I was out there, but that's not what drove me in. What drove me in is that we were at this bench. And I didn't have a problem sitting down at the bench or anything. The chairs, the bench thing is fixed up to the table. And it wasn't like scoot the bench out, because it was fixed where it wouldn't be tipping over and doing all that kind of stuff. Bolted, I guess, if you will. But I happened to look at my reflection in that glass. And I was just like, you've been doing some stuff, but you still ain't doing enough. And to me, I said, Pierre, I said, look at my reflection in that glass right there. And he was like, okay, well, what am I looking at? Because he's like that. Pierre he really does accept me like I am. I'm the one that's having issues. And I'm just like, it's just some stuff you just don't go down, without a fight. And this is one of them things. And so I just said, ooh, no. And I just couldn't even, it wasn't the birds that got me. It was that image in that glass of me at that picnic table. And I was like, I cannot eat out here. We must go back to the inside so that I can have some peace of mind and look at what these folks is bringing out here and drink my coffee in peace. I just can't. I was just thinking, if I just did this and then my eyes diverted over there like that, game over. And so this is not a statement of, like I'm bashing myself or anything like that. Y'all, I'm being for real with myself. I am, because that's the topic. The rest of what I was trying to talk about, I'm not ready to discuss that. But I will say, I looked at that reflection and I was like, I got some hang time back here in the back. And I ain't digging that look. And he was like, well, let's just go in, because I can just see right now. I said, you know where it's going, don't you? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay, bro, let's go in. So we went in and we ate in peace. I should say Pierre ate in peace. My mind was a little fixated on that image I saw. And I had already knew what intention number 6 was. So intention number 6, y'all, is I'm going to walk to the store. I'm walking to the store. And here's the rest of the background of the story, where you won't just think, oh, so you walking to the store. So the store that I'm walking to from my house is the Vermont Country Store. I've always wanted to go to Vermont in the fall when the leaves are changing. And I'm going to get there. I really am. I'm going to get there at the right time where I can just see the beauty of, and don't ask me why I want to go to Vermont, because I cannot tell you. That is something that has just kind of stuck in my being for years on end. Don't ask me why I haven't been to Vermont. It ain't that I haven't been able to go. I just haven't gone up to this point. If you get there before I do, then that's fine. I still won't be mad at you, because we are free to move about the country. My feelings won't be hurt, and it's not going to stop me from sharing either. So, I just got to thinking about that, and I was like, I know how to do this. And see, we had this mindset that whenever we doing workouts and stuff, that the workouts have to be done all at one time. Like, you go up here and work out, or you work out here at home, and you got to do everything all, like, if I'm working out for an hour, if I'm trying to walk, 9,000 miles a day, then I got to do all 9,000 at one time. Not so. I'm reading more and more that it's the cumulative amount of activity and things of that nature. And it kind of takes the pressure off if you just really want to know the truth, because it allows you to know that, I might not only have enough time to get an hour in, to get a mile or a mile and a half in, and I can always come back and hit this thing again in the same day and still reach my goal. Honestly, that is the premise behind Fitbit and all the rest of these trackers. They know that you're not going to get up and then just get everything done in the first 20 minutes that you up. It's not possible for most people. And so it's kind of like, workout upon workout, building up to certain things. So I had to get my mind wrapped around that, because I'm thinking everything had to be done at once. Okay, so now that I have been set free from that, I have already tracked the number of miles from where I live to the Vermont Country Store. And the number of miles that I have down here. See, this is the intention book is out again. And here's the one. This is, I mean, when this came up in my mind, I started doing math. And so I came out that the total miles from my house to the Vermont Country Store is 1,746.45.6 miles. So I'm going to go walk to the store. I'm walking to the store. This is my goal for my walk. This is my walk goal. And I'm giving myself a certain amount of time to have this done. And the rest of the story is when I get to the store, which means that I have walked 1,745.6 miles, I shall make a purchase. I've already ordered I used to get the little catalogs, but I haven't gotten them in years. Everything, everybody going electronic, but sometimes I like to waste a little paper. So I wrote them and told them I'll be needing a catalog. I need to do some looking around and stuff and shopping. I want to see what you got up in there. So I have ordered my catalog, and I will be looking in there to decide after I walk this specific number of miles what I will be purchasing. When I get to the store, I am going to purchase. Now, this is not to, for my real walk. My real going to Vermont to be, it's not getting cleared off my list. But I'm just saying for right now, so I don't have to have, the next time we go out to eat brunch and we go and sit outside, we're going to overlook the birds that was flying around. But I'm going to specifically look to make sure my hang time is reduced. Okay? Because that was unnerving to me. Some people don't bother, and that's fine. I'm just talking about myself. So I will walk to the store. I will pace myself. And what I will be doing is when I get to the store, I'm going to make a purchase. I'm going to show y'all what I bought. I'm probably going to show you when my catalog comes, just so you'll know that I really did order this catalog. And it really did come to my house, and I really am going to get something from it. And then after I get there, you always got to get back home. So I'm going to have to walk back another 1,745.6 miles. Intention number 6 is walk to the store.